our bodies like to communicate to us politely in a soft inside voice, almost a whisper at times. However, what happens when you can't hear your body? What happens when you're trying to tell someone something and they just can't hear you? It feels like they're not listening. You speak up. In fact, you start to yell. You start to scream things that don't make sense, things that aren't true, things that you don't mean. And this is exactly what happens with your body. When you can't hear what your body's trying to tell you, eventually it's going to start yelling at you in the form of, what the fuck was that? Mystery symptoms that you just wake up with constantly. So what I want to teach you is my 3-step process for getting your body to speak up for what it actually needs. In this 3-step process, you're going to learn how to make your body's biophoton emissions coherent, essentially. That's step 1. So we're going to check the 0 point and we're going to open the light body if the light body is blocked. The second step is to check to see if you're reacting to something in your environment, whether it's something you just ate, something you've breathed in, a supplement you've taken, or just the environment itself, whether it be a person that you're around or something emotional like that. We do that by checking the end of the vagus nerve, which is the vagal ganglia. And if we are reacting to something, then we do a little process to deactivate that fight or flight response. The third thing that we're going to do in this 3-step process is we're going to regulate our nervous system. So what that looks like is a more complicated process that I teach within my programs and my membership. However, what I'm going to teach you is the shortcut. This is the quick and dirty that works 9 times out of 10. All right, so the first step is the 0 point. For women, this is on the left hand middle knuckle to the outside of the knuckle, so to the distal side of it. You're going to take your right thumb and make contact here, sort of pressing inward to the knuckle. You're just going to see which way you sway. All right, I sway forward, so my light body is coherent right now. However, if you swayed backward, which would look like this, you're going to really dig your thumbnail in and massage this for 33 seconds, little tiny clockwise circles. And again, it should be pretty uncomfortable. We're activating the 0 point here, which is essentially a meridian. So you would do this for 33 seconds. I'm not going to do the whole 33 seconds. Let's move on to step 2. You want to locate this point, the vagal ganglia, behind the jaw under the ear. Make contact there with each one of your pointer fingers and see which way you sway. I swayed forward, which means that I am not reacting right now. However, if you swayed backwards, which would look like this, then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to massage for 33 seconds. So I won't do the whole 33 seconds. Now, of course, you want to recheck for each of these things to make sure that after you've done either the 0 point massage or the vagal ganglia massage, that when you touch these points again, you do go forward. So for the last step, the quick and dirty, is we're going to tap the large intestine meridian for about 16 seconds, then flip it over and tap the small intestine meridian for about 16 seconds. And this tends to work for most people. And the total amount of time is about 33 seconds, kind of a magic number. And you're going to hum with your mouth open, and the tapping is going to be a slow waltz rhythm. So I'm going to demonstrate this for you right now. That's going to look like So that's about 33 seconds. Now I did that small intestine, large intestine. Technically, you should do large intestine then small intestine, but it really doesn't matter. For the most part, this is going to correct any neurogenic inflammation, which is inflammation in the nervous system that is confusing your proprioception, essentially your concept of left, right, up, down. Now, after you've done this 3-step process, you should be able to accurately self-muscle test anything that you want to put into your body, onto your body, around your body, however you want to biohack. So here's an example that I'll share with you. This is some potassium, and sometimes when I've been in front of the computer screen for a while, I need some potassium. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and dose test. So we'll get out the amount that I think I could possibly need right now. And I just took some, so I actually probably don't need more, but we'll find out. So this is just a handful of potassium. I'll put it between my hands like this, and we'll see which way we sway. This is with a clear head, and the intention of a backward sway is going to be a stress response, and a forward sway is going to mean that this will be healing for me. All right, and I got a backward sway. Now, just like you did with the assessment, the next step is going to be to find out if a no really is a no. So here, we'll touch the vagal ganglia on one side, and we'll hold the potassium in the other hand. And if this reverses the sway, then this in fact would give me a reaction if I took it right now. This means a stress response is the accurate answer. Okay, and you can see I got a forward sway. So that did reverse it. This would cause a stress response if I took more potassium. And that's pretty much all you need to know. If it was a backward sway again, then that would actually mean that instead of a stress response, meaning my indicator muscles weakened, this actually would have been the most deeply healing thing that I could do, meaning it was actually a relaxation of my indicator muscles, my core muscles. So the way that you can triple check this is something called the yin mudra. You make contact with all of the 4 fingertips on the outside of the thumb and see if this reverses the sway. So we already got a sway reversal. We don't need to do this. But if the vagal ganglia had not reversed your backward sway, you can do this just to double check. So you can see here, for me, this does not reverse the sway. It is not deeply healing if I take more of this right now.